Charlie Kirk sent me a direct message, and I'm going to show you what it said. This is almost 6 years ago exactly now, as of this video. I had not spoken to him in person or on social media. He started the conversation. You know what he said? 3 words. You are terrific. Now, bear in mind, this is back before I was blessed with the followership I have now. I had fewer than 10,000 followers on Instagram, very small Facebook presence, wasn't even on TikTok at the time. But the fact of the matter is, this young man, this leader of Turning Point USA, reached out to me and saw something I had done. And he felt so moved that he reached out to me himself to encourage me. And then he went a step further. He invited me to the BLS, which is the Black Leadership Summit Turning Point USA was putting on in Washington, D.C. I told him, transparently, I was in between jobs and didn't have the money to fund my trip. He told me that they had scholarships available and to email him directly and he'd be able to take care of it. I did, and that's the story of how I got to be a part of the Young Black Leadership Summit, which was instrumental.
Yes, Charlie's views on race often criticize policies like DEI and affirmative actions. That has been a thing I saw, which to me, it was not a problem. This debate, whether Charlie was racist or not, is something I didn't see coming. And to me, it is insane. I see a lot of people putting out videos upon videos debating on this. Someone sent me this clip. You just saw this man actually share his experience with Charlie. He's a black person. I'm a black person. At the end of this video, you are going to find out what they actually think about him.
Of the Young Black Leadership Summit, which was instrumental in springboarding me to where I am today. Now, I share that story because he didn't have to do that. And if he was a racist person, why would he do that? I'm so tired of people being besmirched by the tired liberal lie that anyone they don't like has to be some sort of racist. And I'm not immune to this. They call me racist myself. Of course, it's ridiculous on its face, but this is the nonsensical nature of your average leftist. They really want you to believe deep down Charlie Kirk hated all black people. He saw the best in everyone. He saw in me something I didn't even quite see in myself at the time. And he chose to encourage me. That is why I will literally and metaphorically pick up that mic and continue the work that he started, because I myself and many others are tired of being slandered and maligned by individuals who have nothing to sell us but fear, panic, and lies 24/7. I had to share that story with you. I thought about keeping that to myself, but the more I see him being typecast as some sort of evil person, the more I cannot be silent, and I hope that you will not be silent as well. It is time for action like never before. It is time for voices to rise like never before, and I hope you will join me in that effort. So that is the real Charlie Kirk, the one they don't want you to know, but the one I will continue to remember and honor with my actions into the future. So those are my thoughts. Hopefully you share, and hopefully you get busy as well, because we all have microphones to pick up, and we are all Charlie Kirk.
Charlie Kirk did not deserve to be assassinated. But I'm overwhelmed seeing the flags of the United States of America at half-staff calling this nation to honor and venerate a man who was an unapologetic racist and spent all of his life sowing seeds of division and hate into this land.
Yes, this is how churches have turned into, especially black churches. They don't focus in preaching, the gospel. They focus in doing this. Sometimes I really wonder if people understand exactly what is even going on. Imagine you being in a place like this, then the man is talking this way. I saw this video I could not bypass because it get me irritated when I watched this man. A pastor sounding this way. In every aspect, I understand that people have the right to speak up, but this is not what you're supposed to do. Try to even do research. I've been watching Charlie for a very long time. I did not see him like the image they are painting here. Never for once I saw him that way. Yes.
Videos I see of Charlie, the more I realize he was basically a perfect example of what a young man should strive to be. And I think that's what they hate the most. He is someone who advocated everyone gets married young and has kids as soon as possible. He completely completely advocated for people to not participate in hookup culture. The last video I saw of him that inspired me to make this, he was saying, if you want to be the best version of yourself and you want to live the best life that you could possibly live, you can't do what everybody else does. You can't go to the bars every weekend, get blackout drunk every weekend, and hook up with a random stranger every weekend. That is so unfulfilling. And Charlie was literally a perfect representation, bro. He was a hard-working individual. He had a purpose that was bigger than himself. He fought for truth and he fought evil. He advocated everyone had kids. And I think the thing that the system fears the most is people thinking for themselves, but not only thinking for themselves, but having children that also think for themselves. And I don't want to use Charlie's name for views whatsoever, but I feel so compelled to talk about this because I don't want his death to be for nothing. That is what scares me the most, because this is so insane.
I'm speechless. Yeah, I understand it is subjective for people to have different opinions in different direction, but what this man just did to me, and people are applauding him for what he's just saying here, it's insane. Comparing, when this person passed away, I didn't even notice on social media, like people were talking about what he mentioned here. You know, I want this man to bring me videos where Charlie was doing what he's struggling to prove. I don't know, maybe this video, out of context, people were putting out is what he's talking about. It's insane to me. Don Lemon the other day got me so furious.
And what Assas always remember is just because you take somebody out doesn't mean the message is going to stop. Yeah. And it's important to keep that in mind, because when you look at our loss of Martin Luther King, or name anyone who's been in this country, we continue to fight on. And that's what America offers. It says, listen, you have the right to say and feel however you want. That is a birthright. You're born with that right.
Who is constantly sort of pushing this sort of hate speech or sort of aimed at certain groups.
He didn't. President Obama did. President Biden did. Presidents Bush and Clinton did. President Trump did not. Instead, he blamed Democrats.
You know, these are the people causing issues in this country.
But every piece of evidence we have so far makes it very clear that the assassin acted alone.
Not everyone took to his words or
This, who is constantly sort of pushing.
You're running for president, or you're running for one of these.
So you can see who these people really are.
Is there too. We're also, and I'm kind of saying this to you, but also asking our team wider who's listening to flood our social media with this.
Awful. And
we want to update like ourselves since Barack Obama.
Keep on seeing like posts about this Charlie dude, whatever, Kirk dude, whatever. Regardless. And let me just say this. I'm surprised that y'all didn't get rid of him sooner. And I'm surprised that
I don't care if you think